Britain is home to so many creative Indians and a draw, and London particularly, a draw also to so many visitors from India and to students coming in. We keep hearing about these students, how many they were, how many fewer there might be, but about time we heard from them. They come in search of knowledge, of course, but also jobs. But where are those jobs?
I'd applied to around 70 to 80 jobs here in London, and whenever I used to go for an interview, because of my Tier 4 visa, they used to reject me.
In the UK, it's quite difficult for the Indian students to get a job, especially the international non-EU students to get a job in the UK, because for the work visa, the company has to sponsor the work visa, and the employer doesn't do that much easily.
Yes, it is close to impossible, and I quote, close to impossible to get a job here for Indian students. Why I say that? Because I have been trying for some months now. Maybe if you are doing medical, then you have more chance of getting a job here. But because I'm doing accounting, and there are already students in the accounting sector who are getting job easily, so it will be harder for me.
Students are now looking to opportunities beyond the UK.
I think for UK it is definitely challenging. But for other parts, for example, I have come across, although I don't know much details about it, but I have repeatedly come across a scheme which is known as search year visa for Netherlands. So if somebody wants to mobilize from here to Netherlands, they can get 1 year search visa without job guarantee. So they can mobilize themselves, find jobs in a couple of months.
I have been to 3 big universities in last 1 month. I was in China, I was in McMaster, Canada, and I was in the oldest university in the world, in Italy, University of Bologna. And what I have learned is British universities are respected. And when you go to a shop or anywhere, or you meet you meet investors, they say, like, they respect you. So I think this degree will take me somewhere. I'm just a bit concerned about the future in London.
London, being a global country, it gives enough exposure which can't be quantified just in terms of the degree. And the second thing is, obviously, construction being a unique feature of the UK since ages, it provides different opportunity for us and different practical exposure over here.
Students are taking their chances here after their families paid huge sums of money for them to come and study here.
If you're doing a 1 year degree, it costs you around 22 grand, that is 22,000 pounds, compared to British citizens who pay just 9,000 pounds and study for the entire year. If you are paying your tuition at postgrad level and also your living cost, a student needs 40,000 pounds per year.
Students from across Britain are now coming together to find mutual support and to bond through the Indian National Students Association.
This year, earlier, I was in New York, United Nations. I gave a speech there, hanged out with a bunch of Pakistani guys. Now, these Pakistani guys, they went to the High Commission of Pakistan in New York. They had a dinner out there, and they were very closely knit. So these students were from Baltimore, from Oklahoma, and they were all coming together to the Pakistani High Commission. I think we were missing this bit here in United Kingdom.
Whenever new students come to the UK, the one thing he faces, the most challenging thing is homesickness. I can assure you that INSA is an organization which can be rightly called as a home away from home. For example, recently there was circulation that you have fake calls going on and people ask for your bank details and all these frauds. So there were various students who approached us and asked, like, what can we do in this scenario so we can provide them a reliable solution.
There are various events organized by INSA, so many students from different universities get together and help the events to be organized and network with each other, get to know each other.
We do, of course, wish those students well individually and in their very useful new collective.